Candidate name, Eleanor Jane Lenny. Candidate number, 2472. Centre name, Royal Wootton Bassett Academy. Centre number, 66553. Hi. If you've clicked on this video, I would assume you come, obviously, from the title, see what I've learned about technologies from the process of constructing this preliminary product. So to begin with, I didn't really know much about the the technologies that I would have to use to create my preliminary product, which was a magazine cover. So first of all, there came the research, which came in the form of using our Mac computers in school, and and using Safari and Google to try and figure out what we were meant to do, like any inspiration for it. So I had used Safari before, but not necessarily on a Mac computer, as I have my own personal iOS device that I use. So I knew how to use Safari, just not necessarily the Mac computer operating system that it was on. Then after that, we created presentations and uploaded them online using the presentation sharing software Prezi or SlideShare. For mine, I decided to go with SlideShare, which again was a new technology that I'd never used before, as it also linked into my LinkedIn account. So that enabled me to use that to create the PowerPoint, share it on SlideShare, and then make it publicly accessible to people in order to be able to show the research that I had done. And then there was Prezi. Now, I'd already mentioned Prezi, but I had first used it when I was creating my Swede, which is the other part of this exam board coursework. And I'd used it to explain the creative ideas behind my work and how and why I did things the way I did, along with my partner in that project, Eloise Nicole Harris. So I'd already used Prezi before, but that is now being used on the other link to say about how I attracted or addressed my audience and various other parts of audience participation. With regards to actually constructing the magazine, I had to use InDesign, and I never used InDesign before. I'd never known how to do it, so I had to learn how to use InDesign in order to create my final product, which was interesting because I knew generally what some of the tools did, what some tools could be used for, but there were many things that I had actually learned about, like how to make your text into columns, how to create the outline around text, which you will see on my final product. I've got a coloured outline around my text, and that was Adobe InDesign that we used. So I had to learn how to use that, because otherwise the final product probably wouldn't have looked as good as it does. As well as that, I used the Sony Bridge cameras that our school has in order to take my photographs of my two models, Matthew and Ella. And I'd use the cameras before to create my Swede. So I knew how to use them, how to generally take photos, switch them on and off, access photos as well, things like that I'd already done prior to this, so I knew how to use it. And then in terms of other technologies, I used Microsoft Word in order to create a questionnaire for a select group of participants to take part in. So my target group, basically. And then I used Excel to create pie charts to show the data that I'd received and upload that onto Wix. So in terms of what I've actually learned, I've learned that there is a lot of work that goes into creating a final product like the magazine I'd created, and it's not just, you can't just go onto Photoshop or go onto Microsoft Publisher and just stick a photo on, put text over it, and then it looks okay. You actually need to put in a lot more work in order to achieve the designs that you want, in order to make it attractive to your target audience, in order to actually garner a target audience who will look at your product and want to buy it in the shops. It's not just a simple click, done. It takes a lot more planning, a lot more focus, and that's definitely something that I will be willing to take on with me to my main product, which will be a music magazine. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.